Hello, my chicklets. Thank you for stopping by. As always, check the link in the description if you would like to find the link to this story or the request form if you think that you have a story you'd like me to read. Remember, for any Sanderside story, it needs to either be written by you or you have to have a screenshot of permission from the author before you submit a request. For any non-Sanderside story, it needs to be a story that's in the public domain. Without further ado, let me read you a story that is wildly out of season, called This is Halloween. Remus could hear the sound of Christmas pouring through the door. It felt like heresy. The offending noise was scraping at his eardrums. This was completely unacceptable. It was still November, and Remus was not about this life. Christmas was about hope, peace on earth, family, and all the other cutesy BS his brother subscribed to. And Remus would behave-ish during the month of December. But it wasn't December yet. Maybe if they lived in another country where Christmas meant more, Remus would find another thing to complain about. But they lived in the United States, Florida specifically. Christmas here was kept in check by the boundary line of Thanksgiving, and it was only fair to the retail workers who would have to listen to Christmas music on loop that Remus got his revenge. So unless all of the other sides wanted nightmares of a decapitated Kris Kringle, they were going to respect the no Christmas before Thanksgiving rule. What better way to enforce it than with a Halloween takeover? Remus jumped up from the couch and teleported to his room, laughing all along the way. He knew what he wanted to do, but he had to find just the right things. The perfect music, the perfect decorations. Sure, he could just summon what he wanted, but sometimes a hint of authenticity was worth it. After finding a costume, a CD, and the decorations he wanted, Remus got ready for his plot. Was this an excuse to enjoy Halloween for another month? No, of course not. He would never force the others to continue enjoying a holiday about fears lying in disguises. It wasn't like those three things encompassed some of his favorite people. Nope, not at all. Remus smiled as he snuck into the common room, looking for the CD player. He noticed that Patton had left the room, probably to look for more decorations, or to ask Roman to conjure some. Roman was a fuddy-duddy. He liked Halloween just as much as the dark sides, but he had to pretend it wasn't his favorite because that wasn't what the light sides did. Honestly, Remus was a bit annoyed by his brother for playing to Daddy Patton's wishes. Christmas was all well and good, but where was the flair for the dramatics, the costumes, the candy? When they were younger, he and Roman used to dress up in matching costumes. With a snap, Remus turned all of Patton's Christmas decorations into tasteful Halloween decorations, and he replaced the current CD with the 2001 Count Chocula 13 Days of Halloween Rhythm and Booze CD, an absolute classic. Then he disappeared quickly before he got caught, cackling back down in his own living room. He was sure his decorations and music wouldn't last, but even just the bit of change made him happy. The chaos was great, and it helped ease some of the thoughts of making Patton the angel in the tree by shoving it up his, well. Remus was laughing so hard he almost didn't hear the CD stop, and Patton's tirade of terror. Maybe he overdid it a bit on the spiders and gore, but if he was going to bring back Halloween for an encore, he was going to go big. By the time he stopped laughing, he heard someone coming down the stairs, though they didn't have the expected rush to their steps he was expecting. Still, Remus changed into an outfit that would look like Logan if not for the ripped cargo pants and torn green polo. The glasses were at least correct. They should be, since he had stolen them from Logan's spare drawer. He would probably never even know they were gone, since Logan didn't typically need a set of spare glasses. Unlike some of the other sides, he was pretty good about taking care of his shit. "Hey, Ree," Virgil said, dropping onto the sofa next to him. He was expecting to get reprimanded, chastised, something, but Virgil was acting positively calm. That was definitely not what Remus was expecting, but he rolled with it anyway. Putting on the best fake nerd voice he could, Remus put down the book he was pretending to read and turned to Virgil. "Well, hello, my esteemed colleague Virgin. What can I do for you today?" Virgil rolled his eyes and shook his head. That had never been one of his favorite nicknames, which was probably why it irritated him so much when Roman called him that. I was sent down here to tell you off for changing all the Christmas decorations. Again, he was calm, quiet even, as he looked up at the ceiling rather than staring at Remus with those disapproving eyes the chaotic side knew Virgil had perfected. He wanted to gouge out those eyes sometimes, keep them in a jar. Maybe he should make a bunch of jars that had eyes that looked like they belonged to the other sides. Later. Right now he had someone else to focus on. Remus looked at Virgil from behind his new glasses. Everything was blurry, so he had to push them up on his head to be able to actually see. You aren't actually telling me to stop, though? Nah, Virgil looked at him. I like Halloween, and I think your choice of music was, well, it wasn't horrible. I actually thought it was kind of funny. Haven't listened to that since we were, in middle school? A brilliant smile lit up Remus's face as he laughed. Yes, see, I'm not the only one. Christmas can suck it. Maybe I wouldn't go that far. Your brother likes Christmas, so I'm happy to indulge him. Ew, Remus gagged, and Virgil glared at him, rolling his eyes. But you aren't the only one who would be happy to indulge in Halloween for a little longer. Remus's smile grew even brighter as he wiggled around on the couch until he was looking at Virgil fully. What if we had a stupid little compromise or something? Virgil raised his eyebrow, obviously attentive, so Remus kept going. I'll leave the boring people alone so they can celebrate their holiday. And we could decorate for Halloween down here. The two of us could make it all dark and creepy and just have some fun. It had been a long time since he had hung out with Virgil and just existed in the same space as him. It would be nice to have his friend back for a bit. Remus was watching as Virgil thought about it. He was almost prepared to hear the other man say no when, instead, he nodded. Yeah, that's a great idea. He stood up, holding his hand out for Remus. We can pull out the old decorations, maybe make some new ones. Remus could see Virgil getting excited, and everything buzzed in him like a hive of bees. Remus took Virgil's hand, laughing excitedly when it came off as Virgil attempted to help him off the couch. Anxiety only had a brief moment of fear until he obviously remembered it was Remus, and he just tossed the hand back, shaking his head. All right, Beetlejuice. I'm guessing you can get up on your own. Remus reattached his hand as he, still laughing, sprang up to his feet. You should go get your special decorations, V. We'll set up the whole thing dark side style. Virgil smirked and nodded before heading off, and Remus could already feel the change in the air. It was hard to explain. A hint of mysticism and dark magic. A hint of two people becoming friends again. Remus wiggled excitedly, hardly able to contain his excitement as he started to place decorations. Maybe they could even rope Janice into it. He changed back into his normal outfit. This was going to be so much fun. Thank you all for listening. Again, that story is This Is Halloween. I know we are in February, but always Halloween at heart. I do hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.